You know, everybody talks about a lot of people talks about revolution in something or evolution in something. Maybe the next big word in hospitality will be transformation. We are transitioning from a period of revolution to one of transformation. This concept is so close to the experience economy concept.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Social Hotelier podcast with me, Sam-Erik Ruttmann. In this episode, we explore the emerging trends in concept, business models that can set to reshape the hospitality industry and design. So we're thrilled to have senior hospitality consultant at Teamwork Hospitality, Nicola Delvecchio. Nicola dives into the future of the industry, where hotels are no longer just places to stay, they are spaces for transformation. From revolutionary design trends and the rise of wellness-focused retreats to the bold shift towards regenerative hospitality, we will explore how the industry is evolving to meet the ever-changing demands of a modern traveler. Get ready to rethink what it means to stay in a hotel. Welcome, Nicola. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Sam-Erik. Thank you so much for your invitation.
We met in Milan in May. I saw your presentation at the Hospitality Design Conference and the whole conference that you organized excellently. And I was so taken of your presentation, and I thought I must invite Nicola to share this presentation and the discussion that took place in an episode. So we have now finally reached close to the autumn, and everybody has held their holidays. So I thought it would be nice that we have Nicola here today. So I'm very glad that you could share your experience, and I really sense that you have sort of the finger on the pulse, and you keep an eye on what's going on in the industry. So the question is now, what was the main focus of your presentation in the Hospitality Design Conference?
The main focus of my presentation, first of all, the title was a concept revolution, the trends that will shape hospitality and non-hospitality products of the future. So the focus of the presentation was about the future of business model and the new concept in hospitality. And the aim was to explore the emerging trends in concept, business model, as I said, that are set to reshape everything in the hospitality industry, and of course in design decisions. The goal of my speech was to highlight the evolving expectation of guests and how hospitality spaces need to adapt to stay competitive, to remain competitive in the market.
You mentioned two very important words: the shift from revolution to transformation in hospitality.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on what this transformation means for the future of the industry?
Yeah, this word game. This was a word game for me because revolution and transformation are two words quite similar. Everybody talks about a lot of people talks about revolution in something or evolution in something. Maybe the next big word in hospitality will be transformation. We are transitioning from a period of revolution to one of transformation. This concept is so close to the experience economy concept. Maybe you know the famous bestseller book of Joseph Pine. Joseph Pine was also present at our previous events some years ago. I really appreciated that book, his famous book that changed the way you look business, the way you live business. And in the hospitality industry, this transformation means that hotels are no longer just places for rest. Okay, they are evolving into spaces where guests can reach a personal growth, a change, well-being, and above all, self-improvement. This is we can say that this is a new phase, often referred to as a lot of people call it new you economy, the economy of new you. And in example, a fitness center or a fitness club is inside the new U economy, because you go inside a club, a fitness club, to change yourself, okay, and to change you, to change yourself, to become a new person, okay, and this concept, the new U economy, is driven by hotels that aim to help guests achieve their aspiration and make lasting change in their lives. So the holiday don't finish at checkout, but still going on after it. Okay, one example I mentioned it during the, I don't know if you remember it, but when I gave the speech during the conference, one example I mentioned of this trend is the rise of wellness retreats, yoga retreats, mindfulness retreats. And I mentioned an example in Los Angeles, where there is an urban wellness retreat, resort or retreat, that sends by I don't know, by Amazon, I don't know, a heart rate monitor to guests before they arrive, challenging them to reach a health goal during their stay. So the people, the guest, doesn't buy only a vacation, but also a challenge, and this is something more that a normal holiday. And this shift reflects a deeper, more meaningful connection between hospitality spaces and their guests, moving beyond mere service to active participation in their personal growth. So,
That's very interesting. Just as a information for all the for you who are listening, I'm going to have a series of podcast episodes relating to this personal growth, and you may have heard about blue zone and blue
Blue
zone
Zone, yeah,
retreats.
the Blue Zone
Yeah,
tourism. Yeah, I saw the postcard on your Instagram, a sneak peek of the podcast. Yeah, yeah, the Blue Zone, the Blue Zone tourism is growing. It's growing up. Yes,
yeah,
people
yeah.
want to eat
So
more and live better. And yeah,
yeah. So I'm going to join, not personally, but I'm going to join distantly wherever the Celine Vadam, who is the in charge of those different retreats, wherever she travels, whether it's Okinawa or Santa Fe, and then I'll have a chance to talk to people who are experiencing this and what does it mean to them. But moving on, uh, how do you see the demographic shifts, such as the aging population and the rise of solo travel, influencing the design and business models for future hotels?
uh, this trend is related to the last one you mentioned before. Demographic shifts are significantly reshaping hospitality design and business model. I guess you know. One key trend is the aging population, which has led to the emergence of hybrid models that blend luxury senior living with traditional hotel service. This is a big transformation, because we know that there are senior living and hotel, but what happens if you merge these two kind of hospitality? And during the conference I mentioned a great example of this, a new great example of this, a brand new great example, and the name is Casa Barbara, created by the famous Serge Trigano, who is also known for the Mama Shelter brand. And these hybrid spaces cater to older guests seeking both luxury and community, while maintaining the high standards and services typically found in hotels. So you can find the typical hotel services, reception, gym, also movie room with cinema. And I visited it last December, and I saw that this model provides a unique combination of independence and care, appealing to a growing demographic that values both comfort and connection. So I think that this will be one of the most important trend in the near future. We have to to focus on. And related to this, I mentioned, I don't know if you remember this, but I mentioned also the increasing demand of solo traveler for solo travel. That is particularly among younger generation, but also the older generation. Um, Younger and older generation loves travel by themselves. They love travel, the solo traveling. So we are seeing that are growing fast new models of hotel, very solo travel friendly. Okay, I don't know if it exists like for as a word, new word, but maybe maybe yes. So from creating more flexible room configuration to offering personalized experiences, and they want to improve and enhance social interaction in communal areas. So these hotels are being designed to merge individuals who seek exploration and personal discovery on their own terms, and on their own time. So this shift not only changes the guest experience, but also open new opportunities for investment, for revenue stream, and I guess that this trend continue to grow in the future.
Absolutely. I mean, the aging population doesn't mean getting older means that people stay at home and watching TV. They want to travel when the health permits, but also they want to make the kind of choices that fits them in the way they are traveling. And for the solo traveler, I think this is has been going on for some time, but the hotels have not should has not taken note as they should. They had to be looking at how the menus are designed, so it actually fits a particular lifestyle and also our flexibility. That, for instance, breakfasts are not finishing at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock in the morning because some people have a different lifestyle. So lots of flexibility that is kind of customized to the needs of the people who are traveling. And solo travel is an excellent example of how people are trying to experience something new on their own, and also create new relationships. So it's a very interesting time we are living in.
The big problem
You,
for the people who travel, for the solo traveler people, is the rate of the room. You know, you you are an hotelier, so and sometimes they don't book a room, they don't book a hotel because the rate are too high for one person. So the double room, single use, maybe are too expensive for one. So we have to reimagine uh, the business and the market because this trend is growing up very fast.
yes. You mentioned that the future hospitality business models is undergoing a
Yeah.
revolution. What are some of the most radical changes we can expect to see in hotel investments?
We are also organizing a new event, Italian Hospitality Investment Conference, the next October, and we will talk about this topic. One of the most radical changes we'll see in hospitality business models revolves around the very foundation, quite literally, of where hotels are built. Okay, so the future will move beyond traditionally land-based hotels to more unconventional locations like the sky and the water. I don't know if you see that if you maybe see that if you Four Season created or is making investment in a cruise and airplane. Okay, so for instance, we are beginning to see investment in luxury flying hotels which operate like airborne resorts for season, providing unique and exclusive experiences for guests while they travel, but while they fly. Okay. Similarly, floating hospitality is emerging as another cutting edge concept. in Dubai, you can sleep in a floating resort on the floating hotels that float on water, offering a blend of adventure and luxury, and are attracting attention as they provide new ways for guests to experience the natural world in a more intimate, immersive, and fashion. So this model challenge the conventional idea of what hotel should be. You know, they not only provide a unique experience, but also open up new business possibility by using untapped spaces like the sky, the sea. And in Italy, an example, I think we need concept like this concept that follow this trend. As this concept evolve, they have the potential to reshape the industry by offering unparalleled flexibility, mobility, and exclusivity. So flexibility, mobility, and exclusivity will be the new luxury in hospitality.
Very
Yeah,
interesting. Flexibility, mobility,
yeah,
and
yeah.
exclusivity. Yeah, those are the key words.
Yeah, mobility is the new way. In example, we can see now a new kind of caravan, luxury caravan that you can put wherever you want, made in partnership with strong and famous cars brand, automotive brands. Land Rover, in example, made a new concept of luxury caravan, and flexibility, mobility, and exclusivity will be the three ingredients of the nomadic hospitality, we can also call it.
Very, very
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah. So sustainability has been a major focus in
Mm.
recent
Yeah.
years, and but you mentioned that the conversation is shifting towards regenerative hospitality,
Yeah.
of giving something back. What does this mean for future of the industry?
Okay. Regenerative hospitality represent a fundamental change in how we approach the impact of tourism. Instead of aiming for zero impact means leaves not trace. Okay, regenerative hospitality instead seeks to have a positive impact. Want to have a positive impact both on the environment and on the local communities. I always say to Italian hoteliers and my clients, I say you don't have to think about planet first, but you have to think about community first. First community, then planet. Because if you help your local community, your neighborhood, then you can help the planet. So when you communicate, when you write on your website, we help the planet. No, the people want to go in hotel that help the local community first. And help means that hotel will not just avoid harming the surroundings, but will actively contribute to improving them. So regenerative attempt to activation, to do something, to make a positive impact. Okay, for example, a regenerative hotel might restore natural habitats, support biodiversity, or create programs that enrich the lives of local residents. There is an hotel in New York City, Civilian Hotel, where if you buy a room, if you book a room, you can help the renovation of a theater or cinema close to the hotel. So the next time I go to the hotel, I sleep at the hotel, I can enjoy the new cinema or the new theater, or I can enjoy a new park, something that I can use because I am a local resident. Sorry, a temporary resident. I'm not a tourist. I am a temporary resident. So the generative hospitality is about the feeling to be temporary resident, temporary local resident, instead of feeling a normal tourist. Okay, So importantly, before helping the planet, hotel should first help the local community in which it operates, creating jobs, investing in local culture, supporting economic growth. This approach not only makes a difference environmentally, but also strengthens the bond between the hotel and the community. So the hotel need to make a strong link with the local community, offering guests a richer, more, and above all, meaningful experience.
Oh, very
Yeah,
good. Yeah, there are sort of individual developers who has a passion of creating these regenerative hospitality projects in their own community and only area where they're from. They may have uh, left the village at one time, made it a successful business somewhere else, and then they're coming back and find out that the area which they left has maybe a village has been deserted, so there's nobody living there anymore. The soil conditions are cannot be used for anything growth. And I have an example because I'm working with one of such. What I call a passionate billionaire who wants to do something good for his own community. And so he's determined actually to make it regenerative. And it's actually a very high bar for any people he hired on his project, whether it's consultants or architects or even the hotel brand who has to operate that place for him. So I love those people who has that highest ambition because it challenges everyone who has to make that will make work, and he will be for sure be the one who is pushing for that truly commitment. Those are sort of should be more of them. I wish that I could see more of those people, but the once I see, it makes me very excited about to see how the hospitality has a positive future. And you're so right. Community matters. You know, when you hire people, suppliers, and so on, you have to support that community, and then they will support you.
yeah, correct.
Yeah.
And there is a brand, hotel chain, a brand chain in Los Angeles. The name is Soul Community and Planet. And I often mention this brand because they make such a new agreement with the guest, and maybe the future of a lot of business will be making an agreement, social agreement, because we cannot image a tourism enemy of the environment, enemy of the local community. We have we we have to image a tourism friend of the community we live, and of the relationship we built with this community. This is my personal opinion, obviously.
Good. Nostalgia
Yeah.
seems to be playing a significant role in hospitality design lately. How are hotels incorporating this trend? And can you share an example from your own experience?
Nostalgia, or nostalgia, as we say in Italy. Yeah,
Nostalgia.
we say nostalgia. Nostalgia is the feeling that we felt a lot. If you remember during the lockdown, when we were inside our home, and we shared a lot of old Facebook posts. You remember when we were there, or like this? So nostalgia is a feeling, but also is becoming a powerful trend in hospitality, um, as people increasingly seek to relive cherished moments from the past. And hotels are tapping into this desire by creating spaces and experiences that evoke memories of specific areas, such as 80s or 90s. This might involve integrating, in example, retro games, activities, or even design elements that take guests back in time. The nostalgia trend is particularly strong among adults, not only for the young people or for the children. For the adults who want to reconnect with their childhood or teenage years in a playful or also sophisticated way. Okay, I don't know if you took a look of my recent project in Italy. I did with the team of a designer and graphics and marketing agency the first gaming hotel, video game hotel in Italy. The name is The Match. Okay, is in Emilia Romagna, is in northeast of Italy, is on the seaside, and it is the Italian first hotel dedicated entirely to video games. Yeah, yeah. And the hotel features are a dedicated gaming room with 8 stations for guests, offering a nostalgic feeling to game culture of the past while embracing modern technology. You know, the owners are two young boys, two brothers. They had this strong passion for video games, comics, and they asked to me what kind of hotel we can make, because this is a renovation. Okay, this is a renovation of a small hotel, family run. Okay, and they asked to me how can we renovate our hotel, what concept we can make, and I asked them what do you love, what do you really love, and they replied to me, we love video games, we love comics, etc. So I said, okay, we have to be the first Italian video games hotel, and they say how we can make something like that. Then we started the project, and it has opened last April, and they made the first summer season, and the first feedback are good. But it's not a family hotel with a lot of family. It's designed for all ages, and with a particular focus on adults who want to immerse themselves in gaming culture. Okay, this trend shows how hotels can offer guests more than just a place to stay, Sam, because they provide a way to reconnect with the past in a meaningful and fun way. But because sometimes meaningful means boring. Okay, instead we want to transform the concept, the meaningful way, in a fun way. Okay, because by the fun you can enjoy more, you can live a meaningful holiday experience. And also, if you go on the website, you can play Pac-Man. You can play Pac-Man directly on the website. You can play for free and make a game with Pac-Man that everybody, I guess,
Yeah.
played with Pac-Man with Pac with Pac-Man at least once in a life. So okay.
I will put the link to the website in the show notes. So and also for all the listeners, once you play, send me a note what you thought about it and what was your experience, and don't forget to subscribe to this podcast, because I think it will be, we'd love to hear what you think about these kind of
Yeah.
concepts and what kind of feeling that evokes you. So I have just a couple of final questions. One of them is that particularly during the COVID period, people will looking for ways that how can they feel safe. And a lot of the things that changed in the hotels that we didn't have, they existed, but they didn't was not really implemented. Was self check-in. Suddenly there was a digital concierge. You didn't see somebody, but it was a bot to answer you. and then there was a keyless entry with your mobile device. So I'm just curious, what is your, Nicola, your view on automation in hotels? Do you think this is a way of the future with less human contact, or should there some sort of a compromise, or what is your thought on that?
I have a clear a clear idea about it, and the clear idea is the experience of the brand Citizen M. You know Citizen M, Sam? I guess Citizen M was born in 2008. Yeah, and was one of the first hotel brand that started directly from the self check-in as the main check-in. Okay, but is not a self check-in. Is a system. Can I say helped check-in? Okay, I strongly believe that the technology, the computer where you put your card, your credit card, and where you put your personal data, will not replace a human hospitality. Never, will never happen. But I also believe that the technology, computer, iPad, laptop, etc., will help to replace the boring things that sometimes transform the check-in is in a boring experience, in a bad experience. Okay, I always prefer a good computer instead of a receptionist that don't look at me and ask to me only the card, only my ID. So I believe in the both and in a solution integrated. So not only self check-in and not only human, but in an integration of both.
Very good. Yeah. So Nicola, now my final question is: people who would like to connect with you and find out more what you're doing, how can they do so? What would be the best way to reach out to you? LinkedIn or emails or
LinkedIn,
website?
They can find me on LinkedIn, Nicola Delvecchio, and they can consult. They can check on the website of Teamwork Hospitality, and the next hospitality design conference that will be held in May, the next May. There are a lot of information about my job, my work. So LinkedIn is perfect. Okay, then you can put on your podcast also my email, my personal email. It's okay.
Yes, I will do that. So, Nicola, I appreciate you joining today's episode, and thank you very much for your fantastic insight. And I'm looking forward to hearing more news in the future. Maybe perhaps we can do another episode during next year, and you can then educate us again what has been the latest, what you have seen, and where we are, which is direction we are going in hospitality. Thanks for joining us this week on the Social Hotelier Show. Make sure to visit our website, The Social Hotelier Show, blueberry.net, where you can subscribe to the show in Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Play, or via RSS, so you never miss a show. While you're at it, if you find value in this show, we appreciate a rating in Apple Podcast, or if you simply tell a friend about the show, that will help us out too. Be sure to tune in for our next episode.